Welcome back, everybody, to more of The Witness here on Additional Pylons Games. We're continuing just a little bit after where we left off last time, not in the same location. I realized at the end of last episode that I had totally forgotten about the honeycomb thing. So I want to do that real quick before I forget all about it. With that said, if it's your first time here on the channel, welcome. So glad to have you. Hope you hit like and subscribe and enjoy yourself here this episode. If you have anything to say, if you have any comments, please, 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 this is a no spoilers run. Please do not give any spoilers, okay? Don't tell me exactly what to do, where to do it, all that sort of stuff. I need to figure it out for myself. I want to figure it out for myself. Please let me do that. All right, so first thing is that this looks like an environmental puzzle because it like ends with the little nub right here. Just saying. Okay, so the honeycomb thing, I remember we started here and we did a zigzag through the middle.
Well, that's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did that's of any use to us in our future?
What the heck is going on?
Something, I think. That the key to why things change is the key to everything. How easy is it for knowledge to spread? And that in the past, the people who made change happen were the people who had that knowledge, whether they were craftsmen or kings. Today, the people who make things change, the people who have that knowledge, are the scientists and the technologists who are the true driving force of humanity. And before you say, what about the Beethovens and the Michelangelos? Let me suggest something with which you may disagree violently. That at best, the products of human emotion, art, philosophy, politics, music, literature, are interpretations of the world that tell you more about the guy who's talking than about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views of the world, made third-hand by your interpretation of them. Things like that, as opposed to this. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids, the stuff that goes to build up a worm or a geranium or you. This stuff's easier to take, isn't it? Understandable, got people in it. This scientific knowledge is hard to take because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what is demonstrably true about the world. And the reason why so many people may be thinking about throwing away those crutches is because, thanks to science and technology, they have begun to know that they don't know so much, and that if they are to have more say in what happens to their lives, more freedom to develop their abilities to the full, they have to be helped towards that knowledge that they know exists and that they don't possess. And by help towards that knowledge, I don't mean give everybody a computer and say, help yourself. Where would you even start? No, I mean trying to find ways to translate the knowledge, to teach us to ask the right questions. See, we're on the edge of a revolution in communications technology that is going to make that more possible than ever before. Or, if that's not done, to cause an explosion of knowledge that will leave those of us who don't have access to it as powerless as if we were deaf, dumb, and blind. And I don't think most people want that. So what do we do about it? I don't know. But maybe a good start would be to recognize within yourself the ability to understand anything, because that ability is there, as long as it's explained clearly enough. And then go and ask for explanations. And if you're thinking right now, what do I ask for? Ask yourself if there's anything in your life that you want changed. That's where to start.
Wow. Okay. That was not at all what I expected. not to say that it wasn't interesting or compelling, just not at all what I expected. So there was a lot to take away from that, to be sure. I think first and foremost is an interesting point that he brought up with the difference between science and the creations of, we'll say, artistic creation. So that's an interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I will say this. Science. Okay, so this records. Okay, so that recorded basically our first entry. Science tells us what the world is. I agree with that. For context, my undergraduate degree is in environmental science, so I'm very much pro science. Science tells us what the world is. The problem with science is it doesn't tell us what the world ought to be. It's the distinguishing between reality and reality as it exists, and then our response to it, if you will. So a good example of this is like people who so a good response to this is like a good example of this that I can remember is this person. I remember somebody. I'm gonna keep walking as I'm talking. I remember somebody saying something about like there's this whole controversy around hunting and like sport hunting of like rare and endangered animals and that sort of thing, and like Cecil the lion, and talking about like why we should be more like lions and that sort of thing. Anyways, so sport hunting is a whole different thing. But they made this assertion. Basically, there's this assertion that if it's natural, it's good. And that's a real problem. Because for starters, with lions, they commit infanticide. And they cannibalize. And they will kill the young, alpha males will kill the young of competitor males. Like, I don't think that's something, like, we need to be cautious about things that we take away from science and nature. Just because it exists, that doesn't mean that we should operate... That doesn't mean that we should always make policy on it, or that, I don't know. So, think of that what you will. But it's just, as someone who is very pro-science, you have to understand that there are limits to what science can, like, science can tell us about the world, but it doesn't tell us how we should interact with one another as human beings, necessarily. Which I think is, okay, so there's definitely a mermaid? There's something down there. And she's got a box. Interesting. Sorry. This episode has been more about like exploring rather than necessarily puzzle solving. And I think that both of those are very important in this game. And I feel like there's more to this lake than what I'm actually seeing. Like, maybe it is just a really, really nice tranquil area, but I don't feel like it is. I wish I could walk in it. This guy's too scared to get his shoes wet. Anyways, if you disagree with me on any of the stuff that I've said, that's fine. It's also very possible that I didn't explain it necessarily 100% correct because I'm kind of distracted by a very engaging game. But I don't know. I guess, okay, so I think this is probably the best example that I can come up with to talk about my point. And this is definitely, or it looks like an environmental thing right here. Right, we've got this bigger bulb on the end, you come right through here the middle, and it ends right there. So where can we get that's high enough that would allow me to solve it? Up there might work. Let's go try up there. I remember I've gotten on top. I might have to get up on one of those. I remember getting on top of some of these buildings. At least one of them. That one. I got up on that one. I'm not sure if this one's going to be high enough. So, like I was saying, the difference between... It's basically the difference between is and ought, right? This is the ways that the world is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way that we ought to treat other human beings. So, studies repeatedly show again and again and again that having having a nuclear family. So sorry, having a two parent family to raise kids leads to much better outcomes for the child. If the parents are involved, there's no abuse or anything like that. So particularly even more so when they're the biological parents of the child, right? So the child does better in school, they're less likely to get in prison, they're less likely to commit violent crimes or get into drugs, all this sort of stuff. I want to explore the mountain a little bit, actually, more. So let's explore the mountain a little bit. That is one place that I actually haven't looked at. So, like, we know from all those things that, like, especially when they're the parents, the biological mother and father of the child, that those things are good. But does that mean then that so that science tells us that is true, but does that necessarily mean that we require parents to stay, like, I don't think anyone would argue that we then require parents to stay together for their children. Like, that's where things get messy. So, again, the difference between is and ought. Like, science tells us that this is what is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we legislate or that we require people to, stay together. Again, this river looks like it would be something that is an environmental puzzle. It's also kind of loud here. Sorry if it's loud. It's loud for me too. I do like these stones though. It reminds me of Giant's Causeway. Giant's Causeway, it's kind of an infamous land bridge in Ireland somewhere. Also, that is definitely some sort of environmental puzzle. You know what? Let's go see if we can figure it out. The giant yellow streak with, like, the end point that's sticking straight up into the sky. And there just happens to be a convenient point over here that looks like maybe this is where we go to solve it. Okay. What about if we come over here? Is that better? Alright, so I'm thinking that maybe we have to do it by boat. We are here in the jungle. Okay, yeah. Let's take a quick ride, and let's go nice and slow. Both faces turned around. Okay, maybe we can go a little bit faster. Alright, I changed my mind. Go slower. Okay, so I think we need to wait for this to connect before we're actually in the right position. Oh, hold on. I think that we need to get a little bit farther over, actually, before we... Huh. Huh. That's definitely a giant, like, green research facility of some sort. Almost looks like an evil lair. Okay, let's go to speed 2, Captain. Sorry, first mate. Speed things up just a tad. Those lines definitely do not connect anymore. But now we've got a line coming like over here somewhere, potentially. Eventually. Oh, that's the stuff. Oh, now I got it. Okay, so we need to... Okay, so, sorry. we need to actually initiate it over here and then follow the line across as we go along with the boat and end it over there. Oh, that is genius. Oh, that's so good. All right, this is clearly something. Huh. The reflection makes it look like a really big dude with like a big belly right there. Okay. All right. All right, we got this, guys. I'm just on like this environmental puzzle kick right now. I enjoyed this, that interaction. That was really nice between those statues. Okay. So we're going to take the boat back that way. Oh, sorry. Do I have to get off? Before I can... Okay, there we go. Alright. Captain, bring me back. Let's go ahead and just keep it at 2 speed. Might be a little bit slow, but I want to make sure that we get it. Don't want to mess this up. Get this really neat environmental puzzle. So like I was saying, I don't know if this is actually a thing. Maybe this is me stretching a little bit too far. But down here you can see it like, this looks like a big beard right here and a big pot belly. And then the guy's like thin little legs. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. It just looks like a big strong dude or something. It doesn't look that way up here, but in the reflection it does. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get around the corner real quick. Slow it down. Okay. That is definitely something. I'm sure we'll go there eventually. There we go. Okay. I was correct. Alright, is this too slow? I don't want to go too fast. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to have to do it again. So we're going to go ahead and just get this going, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, glowy sewer pipe thingamajig. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'm enjoying these puzzles quite a bit. There we go. Okay, we're through the second part of the second part. Taking our sweet, sweet time. I guess one thing that we can do while we're here is just kind of, again, admire the beauty a little bit. And study the infrastructure that we've got going on here. Don't want to take my eyes too far away from this. We can almost get down. Almost there. Almost there. Come on, let me see. There we go. Okay. Leg. So I'm gonna check out, once we're done with this, we're gonna check out that green, like that green glass slab up there. See if we can't do anything with that. Do we need to like stay up here? Gotta stay up there so that the rocks don't block our way. There we go. Down along the bottom. Man. Pretty satisfying, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy it. Alright, get up, get up, get up. Come on. Let me through. Let me through. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So we're gonna wait for these to line up. Yes! Almost there. Almost there, guys. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. Almost. Come on. Come on. Almost. Almost. Yes. Oh, yes, baby. Give me that lasers. Okay, good stuff. And we're almost here. Yeah. Guys, if we accomplish nothing else in this episode today, I feel like we've already, I feel like I've done, like, I feel like that was it right there. Okay. So let's, yeah, like I said, let's go up to that top lab area. And see if there's anything up here for us. Okay, obviously this is the laser box right here, and this looks like an elevator that's not going to work until we get the lower parts fixed up. That's fine. We got some nice pretty flowers here. And a little area down here. Huh. Okay, we got some pretty messed up concrete. So maybe we can't get in here until the lower area is finished. That's okay, understandable. Guess that means that we're gonna come down here and give it another shot with some of these lower area puzzles. I remember these ones are a little bit more difficult, involving a lot of colors. I like color changing thingamajigs. Alright, and was it that one? It was this one that was giving us trouble. So like the colors change here. But then, right? So we've got 3 orange, 3 red. So what if we did this? Up, down, no. Hold on. Over here, okay. Doing that just immediately separates black from everything else. But it doesn't help us here. This is the difficult part with the difficult intersection. We could go for okay, hold on. See, like, here they change colors too. I'm not sure which set of colors I'm supposed to pay attention to. Here? Here? What about this? Did they change it even more? Or here? Okay, so these ones we did with the yellow. This one, do we do this one through blue? Hold on. Okay, so we've got so we can see the purple flowers back here turn blue. The blue flowers stay blue, so this is just blue and yellow. Blue and yellow, blue and yellow. So if that's the case, do these different color... So then this top one needs to be separated from all these. So we could do up, down. Do they? Those ones are all together. Wait, hold on. Okay, so we follow. This is the solution for that one. So is yellow worked for this one. Blue worked for this one. Blue doesn't help us much. Yellow, I feel like makes it even worse. Can we just do it like straight up with no lights? And say that pink. got us here. That one got us there. So this was limits us to 3 colors. This limits us to 3 colors. And they're all like normal colors. The thing that freaks me out is this one right here. It's not like a quote unquote normal color. What if I have to do like this? Okay. That's much more manageable. So we go up, zigzag down, and okay, so just to pad that out here. So we go up, over, like that. That separates the black from the, I'm going to call this gray. That separates the black by itself. Then we can come up, like so, and that should separate the gray, and then finish it. So it's going to be up, like, so black and red are together, orange are together, and then the green and, well. There we go. Boom. Cool. Alright. Oh. Ooh. Oh, we're in the purpling now. All those, okay. So just to, like, give you guys an idea. Blue, purple, white turns to red, black, and white through the yellow. Now we come up here, and they are blue, pink, and purplish. Light purple, almost. Okay. Try this. What does this do? Well, that certainly changes things a bit. And my guess is that now we need to bring these back. Okay. Wow. More flowers. Elevator shaft. Yeah, so we know where we are. Okay. Let's see what downstairs has for us. That looks like a door that'll eventually unlock. Got the red room. This is clearly something. But I feel like we need to fix the stuff up top before we try and touch this. Like this clearly isn't. Never mind. This clearly is not gonna work. Oh, hold on. Okay, so we got different laser. So we got different like power things coming in here. This brought me up to that room. So then the question is, where does interesting. Okay. So red room, we were just there. Blue room, up. So this is basically upstairs. Ah, okay. Right, red room, blue room. Okay, so we need to go up again. And the only way to do that, since the stairwell is out, is to go and do this next puzzle. So we've graduated a green room, apparently. Just want to see what's up here. Okay, nothing. presents a problem, now doesn't it? Wonder if there's anything up here that would help us solve this. Okay. Nope, apparently we can't go down. Okay. Well, seems like I'm kind of stuck here, isn't it? That's a tad bit of a problem. Look around. Oh, hold on. Hold on, okay. This ends at the top. I wonder if this sprinkler system here has anything to do with it. It definitely fits into the square. It's 4 tall by 5 wide. So this would be square 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's this way. All right, start here. No, hold on. I'm gonna start it here. Let's start it here. So we go up 1, over all the way across, up 1, over all the way across, up 1, over 4, up 1. Oh, I feel bad. Wait, let me go back. Was I close? Oh, what? I gotta go all the way back to the bottom? No! Don't do it! Okay, so we're going up again. Alright. Okay, so that's the right one there. Alright, okay, I'm gonna have a good long think about this. I think I'm correct, but the episode's getting a little long, and this is kind of a good stopping point. So, we'll pick this up again next time, guys. Thanks again for tuning in for more... I almost said Stardew Valley. Wow. Thank you for tuning in for more of The Witness here on Additional Pilots Games. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. If you have anything to say, please, no spoilers, no cheats, no nothing like that, okay? Super vague. You can just, like, encourage me, say I'm doing great, tell me that I'm really, really good looking, and that sort of thing. I don't know. Like, whatever you want, but just no spoilers, okay? Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. Every view, every like, every comment means the world to me as we're building this YouTube channel. So, all the best, and we'll see you again soon here on AP Games.